भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः
ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः
भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः
भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः
स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः
स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः
क्षेम देवहितं यदायुः इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः
स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः
स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः
स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः
स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः
स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः
स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु
स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु
ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
एतत् सत्यम्
तदेतत् सत्यम्
तदेतत् सत्यम्
मन्त्रेषु कर्माणि
मन्त्रेषु कर्माणि
यो यान्यपश्यन्
कवयो यान्यपश्यन्
तानि त्रेतायां बहुधा सन्ततानि
तानि त्रेतायां बहुधा सन्ततानि
याचरथ नियतं सत्यकामाः
तान्याचरथ नियतं
सत्यकामा
येषवः पन्थाः तस्य लोके
सुकृतस्य लोके.
We were looking at the first verse of the second khanda. So we finished the first khanda. First khanda about Paravidya. Because the question was knowing that which everything else is as well known. Okay, that was the question, and then it was answered. So while answering that, first it was said that there are two types of vidya: Paravidya, Aparavidya. And Paravidya means yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. So by which this aksharam Brahma is gained, is known. That is the Paravidya. Then Paravidya was actually given to us. Okay. So what is the nature of this Brahman? We started with Yettad Adreshyam, Agrahyam, all this. What Brahman is not and what it is. Nityam, Vibhum, Sarvagatam, Susukshmam. Like this, Brahman was revealed to us as the limitless cause of this entire universe, and it is also your very own nature. It's not different from you. So that was revealed. So by revealing Brahman as the cause of this entire universe, it was shown that by knowing Brahman, we are as well knowing everything else, because if you look at the world as world, then only it is different things. But if you look at the world as Brahman, there is no more world. World becomes Mithya, Brahman alone is there. And if you know that Brahman is the cause and world being an effect and Mithya, it doesn't really count. And knowing that Brahman, you have as well known everything else. This is the vision. This is the Paravidya. So Paravidya was the topic of the first khanda. Now the second khanda, Upanishad is also talking about Aparavidya now. Okay. So why should the Upanishad talk about Aparavidya? So there are two reasons for that. One is to show the difference between Paravidya and Aparavidya. Paravidya is going to give you the limitless Brahman. But Aparavidya, what is it going to give you? It's only going to give you Karma Phala. And Karma Phala is limited. It is finite. And also to gain that you have to do a lot of karma, correct? It is not easy doing all this karma. So it is going to show you in stark difference, okay, what is the difference between this Shreyo Margaha and Preyo Margaha. Like this also in Upanishad it is talked about. Shreyo Margaha means one, the mumukshus are going for moksha, correct? And moksha is called Shreyas in another word. It's another word for that. It's the ultimate good. So Shreyo Margaha is one marga. And Preyas is another. Preyas means going for all this karma phala, wealth, fame, whatever worldly accomplishments. So there is a difference between the two. And what is that difference? One has to be clear so that you have the viveka, nitya nitya vastu vivekaha, vairagya. All these things one has to have if you have to understand this Paravidya properly. So Upanishad is doing that for you now. It is showing, it has already talked about Paravidya and what is the result of that, and now Aparavidya is going to be talked about, and then it will say, it will show you how it is different from Paravidya. So this is the whole idea, so that you gain certain viveka and vairagya. That is the important thing here. So by showing the difference between the two. Also, but even though Aparavidya by itself, if you only go for karma phala, it is not good. It's not good enough, I would say. But Aparavidya is still useful as a sadhana if we do it with the right attitude. Okay, if we do the karma about which we know in the Aparavidya, and if we do it with the right attitude, it becomes karma yoga, and karma yoga becomes a sadhana for us to gain the Paravidya. So Aparavidya by itself is not good enough, but it can become a sadhana for gaining the Paravidya. Through the Aparavidya we can gain certain things which are still useful for us to gain the Paravidya. So from that standpoint also Aparavidya is being talked about. So here the first verse we saw already, Tad etat satyam mantreshu karmani kavayo yani apashyan tani tretayam bahuda santatani. So Tad etat satyam, whatever is being said here right now is going to be said is true. And what is that? Whatever has been seen by these rishis, okay, all the karma which they are talking about in different mantras in all the three Vedas, they are all true. Okay, in the three Vedas lots of mantras are there, and this what karma can be done with all these mantras, they are talked about in various ways, and those things are all true because they really produce the results. Okay, if you do it properly, you will get whatever you want, whatever is being told there, you are supposed to get it. So tani acharata. So those who are wanting this karma phala, okay, they can follow that, or they have to follow that, all the things which are told. So tani acharata niyatam satya kamaha and yeshavaha panthaha sukritasya loke. So this is the path for them to go for different lokas, because most of the karma, the phala for them is what? You gain lot of punya, and this punya is supposed to take you to different lokas, swarga loka. Okay, again we have 7 lokas, bhuhu, bhuvaha, swaha, mahaha, tapaha, janaha, satyam, like that. All these different lokas you can gain a nice experience there. That's what it's talking about. So the karma itself can become the path for you to gain all these lokas if you do it well. Sukritasya. Okay. So now let us see further. The Upanishad is now going to talk about how to do this karma. Okay, and also in the process it is going to show you how difficult it is also. So doing karma is not an easy thing. In fact, Shankara in the Bhashya he says it is dushkaram. It's not easy, it is difficult. To do it properly is not easy. That's what Shankara is saying, and there can be lot of impediments also on the way. Okay. Bahuda vipattayaha and all he says. Different types of problems can be there. So that's what the Upanishad is going to show us now. So let us see that in the next verse. Yada lelayate hyarchihi. Okay, so
Yada lelayate
ayate hrichihi
samidde havyavahane
samme havyavahane
adyabhagavantarena
tadajyabhavanantarena
bhutif pratipadayet.
puti pratipadayet.
Here the karma is talked about, okay, how to do it. Particularly the Agnihotra is being talked about here. Okay, yada lelayate hyarchihi. Archihi means fire. Okay, so whenever we want to do Agnihotra or most of the Vaidika karma, we have to have fire. And the Ahuti, the oblations or offerings are put in the fire. Okay, that's why Agni is called Havyavahana. Here it is there, correct? Havyavahane. Okay, so Havyavahanaha. Vahana means a vehicle, and Havis. So Agni is the vehicle, or it is like a courier, because the Devata may be any Devata, but the Havis is given only in the Agni, correct? So in the karma we also say Agneya Swaha and put the Havis in the Agni. But we also say Indraya Swaha, Prajapataye Swaha. Like that, different Devatas you may be giving the oblations to, but still all the offerings are put in the fire only, the Agni. And Agni is the Devata who takes whatever you are offering there to that Devata. Okay, that's why Agni is called Havyavahanaha. Okay, so Samidhe Havyavahane. So Samidhe means well lighted fire. Okay, so you have to have well lighted fire, and in that the flames are dancing. Lelayate means it is the flames are really high, correct, and dancing. So you should have a fire which is burning really properly, burning well. That is the idea here. So when the flames of the fire are burning high and they are moving or dancing, there only you have to put your oblations. Is that clear? So it's not that there is some only not very good flames are not there, but just some smoke is there, and there you put the oblation, means it's not good enough. The oblations have to be put only when the fire is burning well and the flames are high. Okay, tada adya bhagav antarena ahutihi. Again, ahutihi is plural here. Why it is said in plural is because you have to do these things every day. Agnihotra means it is a nitya karma. You have to do Agnihotra every day. The one who does Agnihotra every day is called a Agnihotrin. Okay, or Agnihotri. The Agnihotrin only, Prathama Ekavachanam becomes Agnihotri. So the Agnihotris are there. Even today there are some families where people do Agnihotra every day. And to do Agnihotra you have to have this fire burning properly with a high flame. And there again, how you have to give the oblation, the Upanishad is telling you now. you have to put it in the right in the middle. Okay, Adya Bhagav Antarena. Okay, so Antarena means in the middle. In the middle of both left and right. There are, when there is a fire is there, fire is burning, or the flames are there on the left, flames can be there on the right also, but you have to put it in the middle. Because generally the Agnihotra means in the morning you have to do. You have to get up in the morning and facing east, you make this fire and you have to put the Ahuti there. And Agnihotra is only two Ahutis are there. It's a very simple karma. So that's why I think the Upanishad is talking about the simplest of the karma. But even doing the simplest of the karma is not very easy. So Shankara says it is dushkaram. It's not an ayasa. You have to put in lot of effort to get this fire burning properly. Particularly if you have a monsoon or if it is winter and all that, it's not easy to get this fire burning like that. And lot of smoke will come. So there is lot of effort. So there is no karma, Vaidika karma without you crying. You can learn Vedanta easily. Okay, you don't have any problem in learning Vedanta. But if you want to do Vaidika karma, it's not that easy. There is lot of ayasa is there. Effort has to be made. If you want to do it properly, it is not easy. That is the idea here. So the ghee, here the Ahuti is the ghee. You have to put the ghee right in the middle. That is what is said here. Adya Bhagav Antarena Ahutihi Pratipadayet. So Ahutihi it is said here. That is because it is a plural. That means you have to do it every day. Agnihotra being a daily karma. Okay. In fact, the place where we pour it is called Avapasthana. Like that Shankara says in his Bhashya. So whatever oblations or offering you are giving the Devata, you have to put it in the place called Avapasthana, which is the place that is right in between the two sides. On either sides of the flame, you put it in the middle. So the karma marga, if you see here, means there is lot of ayasa is there. To do a karma properly, you have to make lot of effort. And if you make all this effort every day, then what can you attain? You can attain enough punya so that you can go to one of these 7 lokas. Is that clear? That's what is talked about here. And for that also again, there can be many impediments. Okay. Many vigna can be there in between to do every day you may not be able to do. So if you are not able to do every day, then you have to do a prayaschitta also. Prayaschitta are also talked about. And in fact, one of the reasons in those days, there was an injunction, correct? Brahmana should not go beyond the seas. Okay, across the seas, they should not go. So even today there are some people who are very strict about that. Even some Shankaracharyas, they don't go across and go abroad. Okay, they cannot travel by the sea because particularly the Brahmanas who are doing Agnihotra, they cannot maintain the fire in a ship and sail across the seas. It was not easy. So that is the reason, one of the reasons for this injunction that Brahmanas should not go abroad. Okay. So here we can see that. So this Agnihotra, which is a very simple karma, it's a Nitya karma, it is talked about by the Upanishad. Now we will look into the next verse. Yasya Agnihotram
Yasya Agnihotram
Adarsham Apaurnamasam
Adarsham Apaurnamasam
Aturmasyam
Achaturmasyam
Agrayanam
Anagrayanam
Ithi Varjitancha Ahutam
Ahutam
Aishve Devam
Vaishvedevam.
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 A in front. Avaishvedevam.
Avaishvedevam.
Vidhinahutam.
Avidhinautam.
Saptaman.
Asaptamam.
Asya lokan hinasti.
Asya
Asya
lokan
hinasti.
Here, so the previous verse talked about Agnihotra, correct? And it is a very simple karma. Anybody who is a married person, a householder, is supposed to do it every day as a Nitya karma. But doing Agnihotra, you will gain some punya. But Agnihotra alone is not good enough. So once you go into this karma marga, there are so many more things you are supposed to do. So an Agnihotra along with other karma, if you do, it is supposed to be more viryavat and more phalavat. So it has more power and it will give you more results. Okay. And what are those things it is talked about here? In fact, if you don't do all the other things along with Agnihotra, what will happen? That is what is being talked about here. So Yasya Agnihotram, the one who is performing Agnihotram, correct? For him, if it is Adarsham, Apaurnamasam. See, Agnihotra, if you are doing, you are also supposed to do Darsha and Paurnamasa. These are karma, same karma, but done on, when you do it on an Amavasya day, it is called Darsha. And when you do it on a Purnima or Paurnamasa, it is a Paurnami, correct? When you do it on a full moon day, it is called Paurnamasa. So when you do it on a new moon day, it is called Darsha. So Darsha and Paurnamasa also you are supposed to do if you are an Agnihotrin. That means every fortnight you have to do this. Is that clear? So if you don't do that, then the Agnihotra becomes Adarsham and Apaurnamasam. Is that clear? So an Agnihotri who is not doing the Darsha and Paurnamasa karma. Then what else? Achaturmasyam. Again, as a karmi, okay, the one who is doing all this Vaidika karma, you are also supposed to do a Chaturmasya karma. That means every 4 months you are supposed to do this karma and it gets completed in a year. Okay, so 3 times in a year you have to do. This karma is called Chaturmasya. And if you don't do the Chaturmasya along with your Agnihotra, it is called Achaturmasyam. The Agnihotram itself becomes without the Chaturmasya karma. So it is called Achaturmasya. Then Anagrayanam. There is one more karma called Agrayana karma. So this Agrayana karma is done once in 6 months. Okay, whenever a new grain, when you do a harvest, so there is a harvest in autumn, there is a harvest in spring. So whenever you do a new harvest you have, with that newly harvested grain, you are supposed to cook that grain and offer it in the Agrayana, in this karma. Okay. So if you don't do this Agrayana, then your Agnihotra becomes Anagrayanam. Okay. And then one more interesting thing, Atiti Varjitam cha. Also you are not doing Atiti Satkara every day. In fact, Atiti means every day you are supposed to do this. Shankara says, Ahani Ahani Kartavyam. So you are supposed to do this every day. What is that? Atiti Puja. You are supposed to go out and see whether anybody is there who wants to have Bhiksha. And if somebody is there ready to take Bhiksha, you are supposed to give Bhiksha to them. And as I told you already, the word Atiti itself means that somebody who comes without announcing previously. Okay, Tithi means it's a day and date and all is fixed. Atiti means one who is coming without informing you. And to such a person, you are supposed to offer food. So if you don't do that, then your Agnihotra becomes Atiti Varjitam. Without doing the Atiti Satkara, you only do the Agnihotra, means then it is without, it becomes Atiti Varjitam. Then ahutam. Ahutam means what? Again, Agnihotra is a nitya karma. You are supposed to do every day. When if you are not able to do every day because you are lazy, in the winter you don't want to get up in the morning, because again you have to do it at the right time also. You have to do it in the morning and evening every day. Of course, sometimes you cannot do it also. You become ill or due to some other reason, there are apat kala are there, correct? So you may not be able to do it, that is fine. If you are not really able to do it due to some valid reason, you can always do prayaschitta. But here ahuta means some days, even though you could have done it, you are not doing it because of your own laziness, let us say, or doing this karma is not easy, as I told you. So ahutam also is possible. So it's not done every day. Some days in between you are leaving it. Then avaishve devam also. There is a karma called Vaishve Deva karma. That this you are supposed to do every day again. There are you have to give 10 offerings. There are Vishve Devaha, like that there are Devatas are there. So to the Vishve Devaha you have to offer every day. You are supposed to give offering, and that karma is called Vaishve Devam. If you don't do this Vaishve Devam every day, then your Agnihotram again becomes Avaishve Devam. And Avidhina Hutam. Also, every day you are not doing the karma as per the prescription. Some days you are doing it at the wrong time, or you are not able to get up the fire properly. Every day you are not able to offer the oblations correctly. So like this, there are a lot of prescriptions, correct, how to do that karma. If you are not able to do the karma as per the prescriptions, then that karma becomes avidhina hutam. It is done not following the rules or prescriptions. So if all these things happen, okay, then what is the result? See, you are still doing karma every day, at least you are trying to do every day Agnihotra, you are making the effort of making the fire and putting the oblations into the fire. So, but if you don't do all these other karma, of course, you are not going to get any papa, but you are not going to get any great punya also. So, if you just do this without all these other karma which was talked about here, then what is the result? Asaptaman lokan. So all the 7 lokas, okay, tasya hinasti. For him it is all destroyed. All these 7 lokas are destroyed means what? You cannot gain it. You are not going to gain any of these lokas. Only thing is effort. All the effort has gone waste. You have put in lot of effort for nothing. That's what the Upanishad is saying. So just doing karma like Agnihotra is not good enough. If you start doing Agnihotra, then you have to do so many other karma. And even then, if you don't do all of them, and you have taken a lot of effort in doing Agnihotra every day also, it's not going to give you any great result. It is as good as all these lokas are destroyed for you, because you are not going to gain it. So that is the thing here. So Upanishad is actually trying to give you some vairagya here, saying that karma marga is not easy, and if you don't do the karma properly, whatever result which you are expecting, you are not going to get it. It is destroyed for you. So in this case, Agnihotra means generally you are supposed to get punya, and because of that punya, you are supposed to go to Swarga. In fact, in Purva Mimamsa there is also a discussion, because any karma when it is talked about, always a phala is given in the Veda. So if you do this karma, you are going to get this phala. But some karma like Agnihotra, which is a Nitya karma, there is no special phala is not talked about for that. So there is a question then whether by doing Agnihotra really do we get any positive result, or if you don't do Agnihotra you will get papa. So akarane pratyavaya, like this also there is a discussion is there. Pratyavaya dosha means if you don't do a karma, then you will get papa. Like that there is one view is there. Of course, Advaitins we don't accept akarane pratyavaya because something which is not there cannot produce any result. So it's not going to give you any additional papa. But if you do it, that punya is going to neutralize lot of papa. Okay, that you will lose. Correct? See, for example, let us say when we normally say in language, we say every day if you don't clean, your house will become dirty. Correct? In language this is fine, but not cleaning is not really the cause of your house becoming dirty. Understand that. There is no causation there really. There is already dirt coming into your house. There is some other cause for that dirt to come into your house. If you are able to make your house like a vacuum, even if you don't clean every day, it is going to be clean. Correct? So understand this. Not doing something cannot produce any papa or any result. Only doing something can produce a papa or a punya. So here, anyway, the discussion is that even though Agnihotra, there is no specific phala talked about, that punya what you are gaining, you are going to go to different lokas. Like that, the conclusion is there. So here that's what is talked about. But even that going to that loka, you have to do the karma properly, and if you want to go to a nice loka, let us say, because each loka above is supposed to be better or 100 times better than the other and all that. So bhu loka is this loka, then bhuvaha is the next loka, suvaha, then tapaha. Like that each loka, if you go above, it is supposed to be much better. So if you want to go to higher and higher lokas and enjoy your experiences there, you have to do more and more karma. That is the thing here. And if you don't do all those karma, and if you don't even do the Agnihotra also properly, then all the 7 lokas are as though destroyed for you. You are not going to get them anyway. So only thing which is left is all the effort which you put in, all the ayasa and all the tears which you shed by making all this fire, that is the only drishta phalam you get. So if you don't do it properly, the adrishta phala will not be there. And if there is no adrishta phalam, if there is no punyam, you are not going to go to any of this loka. So that is the meaning of this particular verse. So now let us see the next verse. So this next verse again, the Upanishad is talking about this Agni only, different types of Agni. Okay. So we'll see what the Upanishad says here. Kali Karali Cha
Kali
Kali
Karali
Karali cha
No Javacha Sulohita
Manojvacha
Manojavacha
Sulohita
Sulohita
Acha Sudhumravarna
Yacha
Acha
Sudhumravarna
Sudhumravarna
Pulingini Vishwaruchi
Pulingini Vishwaruchi
Vishwaruchi Cha Devi Lelayamana
Vishwaruchi Devi Lelayamana
Sapta Jihvaha
Iti Sapta Jihvaha.
So here the Upanishad is talking about the 7 types of fire. See, the rituals, the Vaidika karma is very much intimately related with fire. Okay. So let us say for example, we know that Eskimos have so many different words for snow, correct? If you see in Tamil or in some other Indian language, we don't have too many words. We may have only one word for snow or ice and all that, because it's not, we don't encounter it every day, correct? But an Eskimo may be able to differentiate between different types of snow and ice and all that, and they have so many words for that in their culture and language. Similarly here, the Vaidikas are dealing with fire every day, okay? So now they understand different types of fire are there, and in different rituals also you are supposed to have all these fire, okay, all these types of fire. So they have words to describe fires with different types of flame, okay? That's what we are seeing here. In general, there are 7 types of flames are there. Sapta Jikhwa. Jikhwa means actually tongue, but the flames of fire are like tongues, correct? They are coming out, and also in that only we are putting the oblation, we are putting the offerings. That also is the reason why flames are called tongue. So there are 7 types of flames are there in the fire. The first one is called Kali. So Kali means what? So Kali means it is having a particular dark flame, okay? Dark colored flame is there. That is called Kali. Okay, that is one type of flame. The Kali flame is dark in color. Then we have Karali. Okay, there is one more flame called Karali. So what is this Karali? Karali is another type of flame. Means it comes up very fast, let us say, and it is frightening sometimes. When you are having this fire, even those who are used to cooking with firewood and all that, they know. Sometimes what will happen, the fire will just come up like like it is exploding. Something is exploding. So these sparks will come really, it will come up, right, in a terrible manner. So such kind of a flame which shoots up suddenly is called Karali. And then Manojava. Manojava is the other one. So even this word Manojava we use in the context of Hanuman, correct? Anjaneya we say Manojavam Maruta Tulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam and all, correct? So Manojavam means fast, swift. Okay. So here again the fire which is coming up very fast, very burning, very swiftly it comes up and then it goes off again. So that is called Manojava. Then Sulohita. Lohita means red color. Nice red. Well, so red flame is called Sulohita. And Sudhumra Varna. Dhumra Varna means ash colored fire, flame. Okay. Like the color of the smoke. So like this, so we saw Kali, Karali, Manojava, Sulohita, Sudhumra Varna. Okay. So then Spulingini, Vishwaruchi. The Spulingini itself is called Vishwaruchi here. Spulingini means that which is sparkling, okay, bright, and it burns all over the place. It burns everywhere. So Vishwaruchi. In the fireplace it is burning everywhere and it is very bright, sparkling. That is called Spulingini Vishwaruchita Devi. So Devi means that which is that which is bright. So like this 7 types of fire. Lelayamana means all these fires are dancing or they are moving around, correct, in the fireplace, in the Vedi, correct, what we call as the fireplace, the Homa Kunda. So all these 7 types of fires are there. They dance around. Like these 7 types of fires are talked about. So now we will see the next verse. Yeteshu yascharate
एतेषु यस्ते
ते
ajamaneshu yatha kalam
राजमानेषु
राजमानेषु
यथा
यथा कालम्
hutayo hyadadayan
राहुतयो ह्याददायन्
ह्याददायन्
nayatyeta suryasya
तं नयन्त्येताः सूर्यस्य
स्मयो यत्र देवानां
अस्मयो यत्र देवानां
रेकोधिवासः
पतिरेकोऽधिवासः।
Now these 7 types of fires were talked about, correct, in the previous verse. These fires only take a person, correct, the person, one who has done the karma, the Agnihotra karma was talked about, correct, in the second verse. So the one who has done this Agnihotra properly, okay, Eteshu yascharate bhrajamaneshu yatha kalam also. Somebody who has done it properly at the proper time. Okay, the one who has done this Agnihotra karma, him eteshu ahutayaha he adadayan. Okay, so they take him. These ahutis which were given into this fire, okay, they guide him, okay, through the Archiradi Marga, we call it. Archiradi Marga means this bright path. Archi means fire. So the path of the fire or the bright path. So even for those who are doing karma, there are 2 paths are there supposedly. One who goes in the Archiradi Marga typically goes to the Swarga. Or there is a Dhuma Marga also is there, the path of the smoke. So those who take the Dhuma Marga, they go to the Pitruloka. So like that, 2 types of Marga are talked about. So here in fact, the one who has done this Agnihotra karma properly, that person, they are taken through this Archiradi Marga by the Ahutis themselves. So Ahuti means, by giving the Ahuti, the person is gaining Punya, correct? And that Punya only is guiding after one's death. The person is guided by his Punya to these lokas, okay, one of these lokas. So they take the one who has done all these sacrifices to that loka. And how do they take them? So you can see here, Tan nayanti etaha suryasya rashmayaha. So they become like sun's rays, and then they, nayanti means they guide you, they lead you, they take you. Okay, and where do they take you? The one who has done this all this karma, that person, his own punya becomes like a rays of sun, and then they lead him or her. And where yatra devanam patihi ekaha adhivasaha. So where the devanam patihi means Indra. So Indraha ekaha means, see, the post of Indra, only one Indra is there. Like in our country there is only one president or one prime minister. In Devaloka also Indra is there, only one Indra is there. There are not many Indras. So the Indra post is for only one person. So it's an exalted position. And wherever this Indra is reigning, okay, Adhivasaha, he is reigning, okay, as the one. as the one powerful person, correct? There, this person is taken, the one who has done karma properly, one who has put all these oblations at the right time, in the right place, and him, these ahutis themselves in the form of punya, and they are as though they are Suryasya Rashmayaha, they are like sun's rays, and they lead him to this place where Indra is reigning. Okay, Indra is the ruler. So that is the meaning of this verse. So what the Upanishad is saying is, if you do all this karma properly, then you are going to get to the loka, one of the Swarga lokas, where Indra is the ruler. So now let us continue further. Yehi yehi te
Yehi ti
ahutayaha suvarchasaha
tam ahutayaha
suvarchasaha
suryasya rashmibihi
suryasya rashmibihi
samanam vahanti
yajamanam
vahanti
vahanti
priyam vacham
priyam vacham
vadanti
abhivadanti
vadantyaha abhivadantyaha
abhivadantyaha
chayantyaha
archayantyaha
shavaha punyaha
ashvaha punyaha
suto brahmalokaha.
sukruto brahmalokaha.
We saw that this the punya of the person who has done all this karma, it is leading him to the Swargaloka, and so while leading him, what happens also the Upanishad says here, very interesting. So they carry this tam ahutayaha suvarchasaha. Suvarchasaha means, varchas means being bright, okay. So suvarchasaha means very bright, shining brightly. Means suvarchasaha ahutayaha suryasya rashmibihi, okay. So they carry him through this rays of the sun, Archiradi Marga, that's what I am telling you. So they take him, Vahanti, means they are carrying this person, the one who has done all this karma. And what do they say? Yehi yehi, means welcome, welcome. Like this, they are welcoming this person. Okay. So they take him, even the whole journey is itself pleasant. That's what is being talked about here. Yehi yehi iti tam ahutayaha suvarchasaha suryasya rashmibihi yajamanam vahanti. So they welcome him. They say welcome, welcome. And not only that, priyam vacham abhivadantyaha. So they tell pleasing words, okay. And archayantaha, okay, pleasing words, and also they propitiate that person, greet him nicely. So this is the pleasing experience talked about of a person who is going to the Swargaloka. In fact, here it is talked about as Brahmaloka. So Yeshavaha Punyaha Sukritaha Brahmaloka. So this is the path of the person who has done all this karma properly, which leads to Punya, to the Brahmaloka. So the Punya is the one which is leading him to the Brahmaloka here. So that's what is talked about here. So if you have done everything properly, then that Punya will lead you to a loka which is like Brahmaloka, because actually the karma which is talked about previously is only simple Agnihotra and some other karma. That karma cannot really take you to Brahmaloka, because to go to Brahmaloka, karma alone is not enough. In fact, Shankaracharya clarifies this in the Bhashya. if you have to go to Brahmaloka, you have to also do what is known as Upasana. Karma alone cannot take you to Brahmaloka. Karma alone can only take you so much, okay, to a particular loka, but not to Brahmaloka, definitely. Because in other places it is talked about what all has to be done to go to Brahmaloka. So, but a loka which is like a Brahmaloka for the person who has done all this karma, the Sukritaha, whatever you have done, that punya, Sukritaha punyaha will take you to a loka, and that loka is the Brahmaloka for this person. Whoever has done all this karma, whichever loka he reaches, it is like Brahmaloka for him. That is the idea here. So like this, what is shown here is, if you do all this karma, you can reach a nice loka and enjoy there. Understand that? Okay? But reaching this loka is not everything. And in fact, to go to Brahmaloka also, if you want to go, you have to do a lot of Upasana also. And that Upasana also sometimes is known as Jnana. The word Jnana is used for both what we call Paravidya, which is Vedanta Jnanam, and also for doing the Upasana also sometimes is called as Jnana. So Jnana Karma Samuchaya they call it. You have to do both Jnana, means Upasana, and Karma together, and you have to gain a lot of punya if you have to go to Brahmaloka, and then you can be with Brahmaji there. Okay, and that is supposed to be the highest exalted, most exalted loka, which somebody who is doing karma and upasana can reach. And most of the other people, the theologies are also talking about Swarga only. Understand this. Some kind of a Swarga, heaven, they all have their own concepts. In India also we have different concepts, Vaikuntha, Kailasa, Goloka Vrindavan, and some other religions have their own concept of heaven. So all this heaven is all only tourism promotion. My Guruji used to say, okay, tourism promotion means what? Even here it says, Upanishad says that you will be welcomed nicely, you will be told pleasing words, all those things it says. So those who promote tourism, they always show you nice pictures, correct? But whenever you actually reach there, it is not like the pictures you saw, because in the picture there is no all this garbage dumps and other things, all the smell is not there really. So like that, even this Swarga promising theologies are all only doing tourism promotion, and they also claim that they can take you there and all that. Okay, they have their own exclusive claims. So that is the thing. So here that's what is talked about, that you can reach this Brahmaloka, like Loka, not really Brahmaloka. So whatever punya which the person has gained by doing all this karma, because of this karma, that person will be guided by his own punya with all pleasing words to a particular loka, which is like Brahmaloka for this person. Okay. So now we will see the next verse. Plava hyete adridha.
Plava hete adridha.
Adruda.
Rupaha.
Yagya
Rupaha.
Sadasottam.
Astadasottam.
Karma.
Eshu karma.
Tachreyaha.
Etachreyaha.
Nandati mudhaha.
Ye abhinandanti muraha.
Mrityum te.
Jaram mrityum te.
Punarevapiyanti.
Punarevapiyanti.
I was just telling you that it's all tourism promotion, correct? Now up to this 6 verses, the Upanishad was praising or at least it was talking about karma and karma phala, and you can get some pleasing, you can go to a pleasing loka like a Brahma loka. All this was said, but now the Upanishad actually talks about the karma phala and its limitations. Okay, so what is it? It is talking about plavahi ete plavaha adridaha. So plava means what? Okay, so plava means a raft. Okay, so normally we take a raft to cross some river, let us say. Okay, but if you want to cross a dangerous river and all that, the raft should be firm, and it should be together, correct, strong. But here Upanishad says adridaha plavaha. The plava, the raft is not firm enough. Okay, what is being called as raft here? Nothing but yajna rupaha plavaha. So the whatever karma you are doing, correct, in the form of yajna, they are not strong or firm rafts to cross over this samsara sagara. Okay, these rafts you cannot use to even cross a river. What to talk about the ocean, which is the samsara. So they are not going to help you to cross over this sorrow of samsara. They are avaram. They are not exalted. Okay, they are inferior. Avaram means they are not the ultimate thing. They are not what you really want. They are inferior. And ashtadashoktam. See, ashtadashoktam yajna rupaha. Ashtadashoktam means normally to perform a yajna you require 18 people. Okay, that's what is talked about here. So 4 Ritviks from each Veda shaka, those who are Vedavit of a particular, so Rigvedins you require 4 Rigvedins. Then those who know Yajurveda you require 4 people. Then those who know Samaveda also you require 4 of them. Then those who know Atharva Veda, they also you require 4. And then the Yajamana himself and his wife. All these 18 people are required to do, not just Agnihotra, of course, you don't require all these 18 people, but there are other Vaidika karma are there. If you really want to go to all this exalted loka, you are supposed to do bigger and bigger karma. So Agnihotra to Ashwamedha, like this there is a saying in the Vaidika world. Okay, so Ashwamedha is supposed to be the most elaborate ritual, and Agnihotra is the simplest. And in between there are so many other rituals are also there. Soma Yaga, Vajapeya Yaga, and all these things are there. So if you want to do any of these big rituals, you require these 18 people. That is what is called Ashta Dashoktam. This means these 18 people are required to do all this karma, this Yajna Rupa karma, if you want to do. But even if you do with all these 18 people, they are only Adrida Plava. They are not firm rafts, because even if you do all this karma, you will still be only a jiva, you will still be a limited person, and you are not going to cross over this sorrow, this limitedness. Being limited means you will always be a wanting person. Even if you go to Swarga, you are one among the other devas, and to go to Indra, if Indra comes in, you have to get up there also, because you are not the Indra. Or even if you have enough punya to become Indra, when Brihaspati comes, even Indra has to get up. Brihaspati is the Deva Guru. Or even if you are Brihaspati, then Brahmaji comes, Prajapati comes, means even Brihaspati has to get up like this. Even Brahmaji also, if he thinks that he is a limited being, means he is gone. He is also a jiva only. He is going to have issues. So As long as you think you are a limited person, you are going to have problems. You are going to be a wanting person. But still, even though these yajna, rupa, karma are only giving you all these limited results, some people think that that is the shreya. See, that's what it says. Etat shreyaha ye abhinandanti. The ones who rejoice, abhinandanti. The ones who rejoice that this karma marga is the one which is going to give me shreyas. And what kind of people they? Mudaha. They are all. Mudaha means it's not idiots or stupid or anything like that. Mudaha means they are deluded. They are not clear about what they really want. Why? Because according to our understanding, there is no eternal heaven. Any of these loka, if you go, you cannot be there eternally. You have to always come back. Punareva api yanti. You come back. You have to come back again. To what? Jara mrityum. Te punareva api yanti. Jara mrityum. You come back to this world, at least to this bhuloka, you have to come back and go through old age and death again. Again and again you are going to be born. So only as long as your punya lasts, you will be there in this nice loka, whatever loka you go to. But once the punya is exhausted, you have to come back to the world of old age and death. Even in Bhagavad Gita, the same thing is said. Abrahma bhonal lokan punaravartinorjuna. Like that Bhagavan says. Right from Brahmaloka onwards, all the lokas are punaravartinaha. Means what? You have to come back to them again and again. Means you will leave that loka. You have to go out of that loka once the punya is over. And again you have to do all the karma and upasana to go back there. So like this is the fate of those who are doing karma and those who are after karma phala. And that is not the real shreyas. That is what is being said in this verse, very important verse. So we will continue next week. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam.
Om
Purnamadah Purnamidam.
Purnat Purnamudachyate.
Purnat Purnamudachyate.
Purnasya Purnamadaya.
Purnasya Purnamadaya.
Purnamevavashishyate.
Purnamevavashishyate.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om.
So Jay, I have a question. No, it's just a confusion. So I know that during that end of that Vedanta before Upanishad, you were telling that there is no such thing like a heaven or something, but they do describe about it. But here today,
Such thing as heaven. I only said there is no such thing as eternal heaven.
eternal heaven, yeah.
Veda talks about lokas, and you are supposed to do all this karma only to go to these exalted lokas and have nice experience and all that. We
Yeah.
cannot deny that.
Okay, but you said that whatever punya we do, till then only you're
Be there. Afterwards, you have to come back. That's what this last verse is saying very clearly. Correct? Punareva Shanti.
yeah, Punareva, yeah. But my question is, so sometimes they say that there is no, if you do this, you will not be having any birth or rebirth or something like that, right? So how does that correlate?
That's all only praise. See, sometimes they say even if you say the name of Ganga once, you will get moksha, or even if you think about Arunachala or Tiruvannamalai, you will get moksha and all that. Those things are all said only to promote, okay? It's all only praise.
Yes. Probably next week. What is exactly moksha? Probably next week you can clear that. I also have to leave right now, so probably you may have to clear that. What is exactly definition of moksha? Like, yeah.
Moksha I talked about in introduction to Vedanta itself, but it's a long time now, I think. So let us talk about it. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll talk about this Shreyas. These people think this is Shreyas, but what is real Shreyas, I will talk about it. I will again give a talk about that particular point. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe
Thank
Jay,
you.
what I feel is because we already talked about moksha in a length, I think we can first ask everybody what they think about what is moksha. Then you can give your explanation.
No, yeah, it's okay. I think.
Now we are getting moksha from the classes now. 2 classes back to back.
Does this is Nagaratnam, does this Agnihotra and the going this path, is it still called as Aparavidya or Paravidya? Apara, right?
Aparavidya only.
Right. Correct. Okay.
Already it was listed, correct? All the Veda and Vaidika Karma, all the literature belonging to all that is also Aparavidya only. Veda, Anga, and all other, even scientific knowledge, now we have to include it as Aparavidya.
Aparavidya. So you
Aparavidya.
so we extract jnanam from these Aparavidya to go towards Paravidya.
Aparavidya also becomes useful to gain Paravidya.
Correct. Yeah.
That we will see later. But first, the Upanishad is telling you that Aparavidya alone is not good enough.
Correct. Yeah.
If you think that is the ultimate, then you are deluded. That's what it is going to talk about. Further, it will even say many more things. This is very interesting khanda. We'll see that next week.
I have a question. I've had some Vaidikas tell me that from Sandhya Vandana and other Nitya Karmas, we don't get any particular phalas, but if we don't do it, we incur a lot of papa.
That's the particular thing I talked about, correct? That is called Akarane Pratyavayaha, correct? But we don't accept that. So Shankara in fact argues against it in a long bhashya is there in Bhagavad Gita itself. So Akarane Pratyavayaha we cannot accept because a non-existent thing cannot produce any result. Okay, that is the basic thing about causation. So we cannot say that Akarane Pratyavayaha is wrong. We don't accept that. If you don't do the Nitya Karma, the Nitya Karma Punya will not be there, because of which some other Papa will not get neutralized, because of which your life may be miserable. You understand? Okay,
yeah. But what is the importance of doing it? It is just additional.
Every day you have to do it to whatever that, and the punya which you gain by this Nitya Karma also will take you to heaven. All
so is it just additional?
Yes, you are supposed to do it daily, and unless you do the Nitya Karma, you are not even an adhikari for doing other karma. Understand this. See, first you have to be an Agnihotri. If you are not a Nitya Agnihotri, you are not even qualified to do so many other Vaidika Karma, correct? To first do the Vaidika Karma, you have to be married. You have to be a householder. Then again your wife has to give you permission. Then you have to be a Nitya Agnihotri, all the Nitya Karma you have to do. Then only you become qualified. In fact, there are some other rules are also there. You have to be Krishna Kesha. See, I cannot do so many karma now because already I have grey hair. So if you have grey hair, you are not supposed to do certain karma. Or if you don't have a son, okay, you cannot do certain karma. Like this, there are different rules are all there. Now don't ask me, this is all like discriminatory and all that. It's all Vaidika, that's all. You can't question all these things.
So Agnihotri is only for men, is it? Then what about for, I'm just...
Agnihotra, karma, the men only do, but women also will give you the permission. Without the
Oh,
woman's
just
permission, the man
okay.
cannot do it. And
So if a woman
wife
also
will get
participates,
50% punya. Whatever the karma done by the husband, 50% punya is going to the wife. That is the Shastra. Is that clear? And wife is supposed to help in whatever. The wife has to still be there in the house and take care of so many other things, correct? Otherwise, how this guy will sit and do all this karma? Because if you do all this karma as said, the Nitya Nigam even I even tried once. You start right from 5 o'clock in the morning up to 12, you can keep on doing. So many things are there. You cannot even have breakfast. After doing everything, only it's directly you have to go and have lunch only. So many things are there.
Okay. Thank you,
wife
Jay.
also does this, then who will cook the food, Jay?
Shraddha karma also.
Yeah?
What is that?
Shraddha karma also same thing applies.
Smartha karma.
Shraddha karma.
Shraddha and all is naimitikam, correct? You are supposed to do it, and that is only, that is depends on the tithi and all that of your
It is
pitras.
only for attaining lokas.
Yeah, not only, yeah, Shraddha karma also you are supposed to do. It's all niyatam karma. And yes, and again, if you don't do that, you are supposed to not get certain punya, correct? Because there you have to feed your pitra, and it's a very important thing, and you are supposed to do it. That is also. Otherwise, they say that if you don't do it, your pitras will put shapa on you, and because of that you are going, because that's all the Josier will say. You go to any astrologer, they will say you have pitri shapa, that's why you are going through all this bad time. So go to this Gaya and do some Shraddha, or go to some special place, go to Rameshwaram and do some karma for that. There are special karma are there. So those who have, so like that there are things are all there. You can, people can do. So that's what. This karma you have to do. If you don't do that, you are not going to have a pleasant experience. You have to undergo difficulties. Okay.
But Jay, question, this is Nagaratnam. The Agnihotram being done by men only is said in some places, but there are other places where it said there is no age or what do you call varna or sex, like a male female. It doesn't matter. Everyone needs to do. There are other places, I don't know where to quote right now. I do Agnihotra regularly. I am a female. I was introduced to.
as per, I don't know as per the Orthodox tradition, men only are supposed to do the karma. The wife is only supposed to give the agnya. Wife has to come and touch you with the darbha, correct, brass, and give the agnya, and then the wife can go, and the man is supposed to do that. But suppose if the man of the house is not there, then aupasanam even women can do. There is another karma called aupasana. So that is also a nitya karma, where the fire will be there always. The garha patya agni and all they talk about. In the griha, there has to be different types of agni always.
Right.
And aupasana, in the aupasana, women can put this, there is a akshata, correct? You have to have akshata, rice, and you can put that and chant that mantra and all, but not Agnihotra. Agnihotra is supposed to be done only by men. That's the orthodox.
But is that from the Vedas or just the Manusmriti, which was so many times variated depending on each Manu? They came up with their own.
Manusmriti, I think it is. If you want, I will go and dig out some reference and give you later. If you want a clarification on that, I can give you.
Yeah, because I don't do this on Saturday, Sunday, because by the time you finish class, it's already Suryodayam. But in general, all the things what you just said, like Purnima, Amavasya, and every day, I am introduced for a long time ago, and I've been doing it.
Good. Certain discipline, correct? Doing karma. also is a discipline, and a disciplined mind is required. That is where all these things become sadhana. Although if you do it only for karma phala, then the ninda is done by the Upanishad. But that doesn't
No,
mean
it's not karma phala. My sankalpa is loka kalyanam.
correct. So we will look into that anyway. We will.
Yeah.
But I will dig out some reference for you in particular if you want. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
Okay
you, Jay.
then.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Jay. Yeah.
Thank you, Jay.
Bye.
Bye bye.